Hi, it's Ed from Throat Punch Games, and it's time for another unboxing. And today we have Magical Treehouse from AEG. Let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. The game, it says 2 to 4, but it really only works well with 3 to 4. Let's see what's inside. Box a little thinner. Rulebook. Rulebook's got a fair amount of pictures to it. Overall, not bad. Walks you through. Explains what all the icons do. And a little summary on the back. Then, holy cow, we're going to have a lot of tokens. Different parts of the board, cookies, where the cookies go, building a map, different endpoints, caravans between players. A little thin, but not bad. Then the player boards. Then familiar meeples. There's a lot of different kinds of familiars. And this is how you kind of take your way across the board. Then we have the treehouse cards themselves. These are pretty bright and vibrant. There are different tree houses, different levels of the tree house. We have plumbing between the tree houses, spells, and more tree houses. And a nice player insert, insert in the box. These are all the pieces to Magical Treehouse by AEG Games. Alright, let's learn how to play Magical Treehouse. Magical Treehouse is a speed drafting game. It has 2 phases, building and preparing. In preparing, the first phase, you have to start with a hand of cards, and you're going to put 1 card in your prepared area. You then take the rest of these cards and put them here. What kind of cards do we have? We have tree houses. We'll talk about this a little bit more in a second. And spells. The cards, you either prepare them by playing them down or play a spell to do its effect. This one would say stop, everyone would stop. We turn this around and now we put our cards over here when we're done with them. Spells also have the ability of take all the cards in your hand and throw them away. Once I've played a card either in my prepared area or as a spell, I draw from the wagon between me and another player, or I can draw 4 cards from this big stack of cards at 7. So if I draw 4 from here, I look at them, choose 1, and put them down. Multiple cards can go into a giant pile if my neighbor's slow. So I'm going to take turns drawing cards, putting them down, moving on. Oh wait, there's none there. You start with 2 biscuits. If that player is out of the game, I can give them a biscuit and force them to move the stack of cards that have built up ahead of them over here so I can draw, get a card, and move on. I can draw or prepare up to 5 cards. I'm going to get 4 more to hurry on through as we got to go fast, fast, fast because there is no stopping in this game. And then I'm out. There are a number of biscuits equal to the number of players minus 1. The first players out get a biscuit for their familiars. The last player doesn't get anything. Alright, once we've gotten through the preparing phase, we get to building. And building's a little bit fun. I have a prepared set of cards over here. So these are the cards in my hand. So what kind of cards can you prepare? We can prepare pipes. Pipes have a number of cards that are that type and a initiative order. All other tree cards have a level of the tree, a color, there's also an initiative order, and the number of that card in the entire game, as well as points and maybe other abilities. So on your turn, of these up to 5 cards you prepared, you're going to take one and put it in the center. Everyone's going to simultaneously reveal their card, and highest initiative gets to play all the cards they prepared this round. This card, though, is discarded. you don't get to build with it. From there, you're going to play cards either on the cards you've already played or starting new trees. If you can't play a card, it can always be played as a level 1 nothing. That doesn't score you points. Level 1s are going to let you make potions, score points, start a treehouse of a particular color, and put a familiar out. You start with a number of familiars, and you can work in on this board starting on a gray space and working in. One paw lets you play one thing. If I had multiple paws, I could play on any space touching this, even just the tip. So the next paw I could play would go here, and I could keep working in. I also could start another place over here and work in from the other side if I had more paw prints. From there, I can play higher up on the same tree with the same color, unlocking new abilities. This ability says, if I have 2 mushrooms, I make mushroom potions. Those are for points later. This lets me save cards. This lets me get points for a particular potion. This is if I make a green potion and I get it here, I can score points. In future rounds, if I play cards that make a potion and I use one of these pipes, which I can play on my turn instead of discarding it, I can pipe the green potion over here and score points. Some of the other abilities you unlock are just lots of points. But I can't play this right now, so I either have to discard it, or this lets me save 1 card to play in a future round. So after I've played as many cards in my hand as I can, possibly saving or playing cards that I've saved from previous rounds, it moves to the next player. Once we've played 4 rounds, we count up our points. Every treehouse is worth a point, or points depending on their thing. If you get potions across, every level 5 treehouse will unlock ways to score points, and every level 6 treehouse just is worth a lot of cool points. You also will score points for a secret goal. This one says, if I have the most apples on the board, I get 3 points. Nobody likes ties, so you don't score points on ties. There's also going to be a joint goal, so whoever gets the most snakes in this one. And there's another joint goal that says, whoever just has the most number of different colors on the board wins. So, whoever builds the most magical treehouse gets the most points and is the best wizard in this subdivision. Alright, so let's talk about my thoughts on Magical Treehouse. We're going to break it down into standard way. First and foremost, theme. Like a good theme in a game. This is a fun game, but I don't know if it's necessarily all wizardry. The spells don't feel quite right. The familiars do feel good, so I give it a 4.25 out of 5. In terms of mechanics, though, I really like this a lot. It's speed drafting. I've played a lot of drafting games, but the constant nature is a lot of fun, so I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Some players definitely don't like it because you can't Euro game the crap out of this. If you're slow, it's not going to work. In terms of rules, the rules are okay. They do their job. When I first read through them, I thought for the longest time, the only way you could actually get out of a round was by having to play a spell, and that's just not the case. But I think I was misled a little bit. Spells don't just immediately make you discard all your cards, and I feel I was a little misled. So it's one of those things you have to read carefully, and the rules do exactly what they say and not an inch more. So 4.5 out of 5. Execution, I like this game overall. There's a couple of things. One, the box is thin. Thin boxes annoy me because they get dinged up. The colors are a little off. Like the little individual placemat markers don't perfectly match the colors of the familiars, so that's a little off. The board resource markers don't match they perfectly match the cards. So there's this little bit of off, like there's only 1 mushroom on the board, but it's yellow here and it's orange here, and I've got yellow guys that I'm putting out, but the yellow guys don't, there's no there's no certain colors that match. So there's this little disconnect. You're going to figure it out. But it's those little things. So 4.25 out of 5. It's good. Little issues that annoy me because I'm weird. Overall, 87.5%. Fantastic game. Fun to bring to the table. Few little issues. If you have a person at your table who needs to at least 5 minutes a turn, they're going to hate this game. But if you like snap, 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 kind of building and quick decisions and rolling with punches, fantastic game. You're going to have a great fun with this one. Magical Treehouse by AEG. I'm Ed from Throat Punch Games, at Throat Punch G on Twitter, Throat Punch Games on Facebook and Instagram. Like and subscribe for daily content and contests. Thanks for watching.